So, I've seen enough of these running documentary things that I know exactly how you need to start this thing off. You need to start off with some rather big, grandiose questions. So, what is the meaning of life? What's like the point of cars, man? When you have legs and feet? Does anybody even watch The Big Bang Theory? Have you ever? How about those Democrats? How about those Republicans? Don't even get me started on those moderates. Can you imagine a world? Where do you see yourself in 1 year? That's a question I kind of wanted to try and force myself to answer this past, or a few weeks ago. It's that I wanted to try and figure out, can I go from where I was a year ago to where I am now? Which, in terms of just physical activity and ability. I started out a year ago running and actually tracking it. I was convinced to get the Nike Run Club app, and I got it, and then I saw how slow I was running. I was overweight and running 12.5-minute miles for like 2 miles, and I need to breathe halfway through. And now I'm running a lot and a lot and a lot. And so figured, hey, where can you go in 1 year? How can I prove to myself that I've come from where I was, which is just kind of like a basic starting out, not knowing what to do with my life, and to now knowing that I want to go and run marathons and try and do ultra marathons and just keep going and going. And how can I prove to myself that without actually going out and just running an ultra marathon right that day and potentially ruining my chances of getting injured and other stuff. So I set out to do something that's called, I affectionately and lovingly called Hell Week. A half marathon every day. So that was day one of Hell Week. I ran 14.5 miles in 2 hours and 1 minute. I did a 5K at the very beginning, so I did some rest as well, so that time does not count for the rest. The 5K was 20:35, I believe, which is all-time PR. Woo! So we have 5 more days left of Hell Week, and I will be running, I think 16.2 tomorrow, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. We'll find out, but as long as it's over 13.1. Let's go Hell Week. So an important part about running is making sure that you have a stomach that agrees with you. And the way to make sure you have a stomach that agrees with you is make sure you have good food that goes inside that good old stomach. Make sure you don't go on mile 5 and just need to release all the contents all over the public streets. So what I decided to do was have the exact same meal for the entire week, which was bibimbap. And it was bibimbap with a side of usually some eggplant covered in some good old Bay, Maryland style. So this bibimbap was just some bulgogi, kimchi, bean sprouts, peppers, and with a nice fried egg on top. Get some gochujang and some vinegar, just some other small ingredients. It was just glorious. So that was day 2 of Hell Week. This morning I woke up with a really bad Charlie horse in my left calf, and I almost screamed, and that was fun, but I was able to get up and get out the door, which was wonderful, and no real problems on the run. Just a little out of breath. I believe I ran 16.5 miles with an 8:40 per mile pace, which I think is just fantastic. This is day 2, and so I have 4 more days left.
of Hell Week, where I run this. Tomorrow I believe it should be just like 13.5, 14.5. I'll probably try to do a Yasso as well. We'll see how that goes. Yasso and finish it off with another like 4 miles. Man, I'll be exhausted by the end of the week. Burnout is real. I'll see you next time. So, that was day 3 of Hell Week. I ran 15 miles and I did, I think, an 8:28 per mile pace, which is pretty good. It's unfortunately a bit late because my stomach was not feeling good because I did not eat as well as I should have. Yesterday, I tried to eat a bunch of carbs to get back my glycogen levels, but yeah, didn't really work out so well. So I did 6 Yassos, 3:20. So I ran half a mile in 3:20. Then I took 3:20, just slightly jogged. That was the very beginning of the run. And then just continued on from there. Tomorrow we'll try and take it easy. It's halfway through Hell Week. I'm at 46 miles. We'll see if I can make it through. 3 days left. I believe in myself. Gonna eat a lot of protein today. Just eat a lot in general. It's gonna be fun. I'll see you next time. Have a good day.
I loved my debrief when I was like, oh my god, I ran an 8:20 pace, which is just, it's all right. It's okay. It's pretty good. And I just remember thinking back and like, oh my god, that's like my all-time PR of just running alone, just like an 8:20 or so pace for a half marathon. And that was fantastic. That was unbelievably amazing. And here I am trying to pass it off as I can do better. I'll do better. I just didn't live in that moment and trying to take, because I was so obsessed with this whole Hell Week thing of running every single day in the hottest weather, trying to get 100 miles. And I kind of regret just not being able to take in that moment and be like, oh my god, I just ran something really, really fast. It's awesome.
So that was day 4 of Hell Week. Ran 16.5 miles at a 9:19 pace. So today was actually a bit weird. So you might be saying, oh man, that's so slow. But actually, I wanted to take it slow for 1, and 2, I ran with a running group, which allowed me to run at a very slow pace for 6 miles of that, which I would say was very helpful just in the long run, considering tomorrow I'm going to run a lot more mileage. Probably hopefully around 20. I'm feeling actually pretty good. I had a little bit of tightness and soreness in my abs, so we'll try and take some care of that with today. I was able to regain water weight that I lost yesterday, which was fantastic. So we're at 62.5 miles now for the week. So we'll see, actually maybe try and get that to 100. Who knows? So yeah, I'm just really looking forward to having a coffee and a really big breakfast of sausage, eggs, and oats, plus a protein shake. It's gonna be great. I'll see you tomorrow after the really long run. I'll let you know how it goes.
So it's important to have support, and one way of getting support is just having a group of people that do the exact same thing as you. And what I got was I joined my friend's running group, who they typically run quite slow. On Thursdays they usually run 6 miles per hour pace, and on Saturdays they run that 6 miles per hour for like the first 6 miles, and then usually the last 4 you can run like whatever pace you want, which usually ends up being like 8:20 per mile. And so getting the help from this running group, this call it Tribe, and Tribe was able to just kind of help motivate me in the midweek.
Day 5 of Hell Week. Ran 20 miles with about a 9-minute per mile pace, so under a 4-hour half marathon, which I think is pretty darn good. So it puts me up like 82.5 miles for the week, which is more than I run ever in my life in 5 days or an entire week. I might try and do 17.5 miles tomorrow. Try and do 100 miles for the week, make it a true Hell Week. This run was not the best because it's the hottest it's ever been for my running. I think it was like 95 degrees, very humid. Had to stop a bit, but it's all good. Got one more day left. Feeling confident. I can do this. 100 miles. Tomorrow is also a run with my group, so that should be able to take it easy and have some additional inspiration. I'm looking forward to it. I'll see you tomorrow.
I remember my first half marathon. I was constantly building, going from like 8 miles to 9 miles to 10 miles for my long runs. I remember getting a 7-Eleven Big Gulp after every single one because I was just so proud of the fact I was gaining more distance every single time. I was running the longest I've ever run in my life. So I signed up for it and I was like, I'm going to do it this Saturday. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this half marathon. Come on, bro. I'm going to do it. And I come from a place where everybody tries to do the half marathon that is held locally, and they try and do it and try and show how impressive they are, how amazing they are by doing this, by achieving this feat, this amazing, spectacular feat. And I never got to do that because of different reasons, and I just thought, man, that's stupid. Whoever wants to run 2 hours, 3 hours at a time, that's so stupid. So I wanted to try and achieve that feat. And that first half marathon, it was just, I looked into myself and I was just trying to destroy myself every instant of the way. And like, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. Because when you're living alone and working from home and you set out to do something, you can really just dig into yourself and have a lot of anxiety about what you're trying to achieve.
That was day 6. That was the end of Hell Week. I ran 18 miles. It was about an 8:50 pace. I ran the first 2 pretty easy, and then I ran with my running group for the next 10, and then I finished it out for the next 5 or 6 miles or so. And I did it 8:50 per mile. That's 100 miles. That's 100 miles in a single week. That's 6 days of over half a marathon. Average is 16.6 or 16.74 per mile. Just 7.5, 7.8. Maybe you can see it. I don't know. Yeah, 100. Man, this camera's not good in focus. 100.7 miles. A year ago, I could barely run 2 miles at a 13-minute per mile pace, uninterrupted. I usually have to stop halfway between and just chill. And now, 100 miles. 100 miles in 6 days, in a single week. I am looking forward to eating a bunch of ice cream today. I'm looking forward to celebrating this. I'm proud of myself.
past year has been quite difficult for everyone. And I know I've had a lot of ups and downs. I've made friends and I've lost them. I've made more friends and I've lost them. I've made other friends and I've lost them. But I've made other friends that have stayed by my side throughout the entire time. It's difficult when you move to somewhere new and don't know anyone. It's difficult working from home every day and not having the interaction of another human being that's not just purchasing something at the store and saying hi to the cashier. It's difficult to do that. So it was important to me to try and have something tangible, something obvious, something critical that I could say, I couldn't do this last year, now I can do this. Or I have something now that I didn't have previously that was a result of my own personal hard work that nobody else can take away from me. That was that point of this 100 miles. These 100 miles. 100.7 actually. I'm gonna take pride in that. 100.7 miles at like good old 850 pace or something. I don't care. It was able to show me that I could go and take something in my own life and make it my own. I could go and I could do this. Nobody else forced me. Nobody else directly really. I got a lot of support from others, but I was able to do this on my own. And that was what was important to me. And I think it's important to just try and show yourself what can you do in 1 year's time. To just show yourself that you're growing, that you're moving as a person, that you're making your life better in some way.